Alright, what is going on, guys? Trangeasy Designs here with round 9 at the Belgian Grand Prix here in Formula 1 2020 My Team career. This so far has been a very interesting series, as if you were there for the live stream or have watched it, that was round 8 at Silverstone in Britain. That was a disaster. I was not where I should have been regarding my driving ability. So with that being said, we are out of the championship right now by one race. We were 28 points heading into round 9, but it is round 9. There is plenty of time in order to get back to where we need to be in order to win this championship at the end of the year. But my fault for not actually recording a legit intro portion of the video, so we're sitting here waiting for qualifying, and this is the intro. So hopefully by the end of this you guys enjoy it, you guys like, you guys subscribe, all that stuff. But we're gonna get right into it a little bit later into the session. We are on our flyer lap now, and we are going to try and set a decent pace. Not sure if we're gonna get first place right off the bat, but you see right there, that was our banker lap. It actually put us P3. So I think that we can improve on that, but it tells us that our speed is there, that it is going to be a good weekend here at Spa, but our teammate is looking quick in our car as well, so we need to watch out for that. But into turn 4, I want to say, very high speed coming into there, and then you really want to flick the car back to the right after that chicane. Definitely sets you up for this corner, which is very off-cambered. It's very awkward. The car is very understeery going through there, but you can see we're definitely pushing. We're literally nose to nose with our previous time, which was that banker. So I was really surprised that I was actually putting that good of a banker lap down before this lap came in, and we're just trying to gain on that lap time, and you can see right there we actually go extremely wide. Surprised I don't get a track limits violation warning from the stewards at the FIA, but we are behind our best time currently, so I don't think that we're gonna actually get first coming out of qualifying 1, but into the bus stop chicane we actually brake better. And do we get a better exit than our previous? It looks like it, but not much. That puts us P2, just behind our teammate. So not where we want to be. We don't want to be behind our teammate at all. We want to be in front of him. We do not want to give him any more momentum than what he has coming into this race from that Silverstone Grand Prix. That was an absolute disaster. You can see I am purely focused right now. I do not want this race to make our bleeding continue. We do not want to bleed more points to our teammate, but you can see out of Q1 it is Charles Leclerc, me, Lewis Hamilton, Verstappen, Ricciardo, Ocon, Bottas, Giovinazzi, Perez, Gasly, Stroll, Albon, Vettel, Norris, Zhao in the Haas, actually. And then Carlos Sainz rounds out everyone that goes into Q2. Daniel Kvyat, Russell, Magnussen, and then the rest. They sadly got knocked out of Q1. But you can see now we are on Q2. It is looking very dark and gloom, so that does not make me feel comfortable heading into the race. I'm really hoping that there is no rain in the forecast. But through the first corner, we're going to head down this straightaway, heading towards the Rouge and Radion, and hopefully we are going to be putting down some good laps for this qualifying in qualifying 2. So with this being said, we cannot make mistakes. We are on the slower compound because we want to have the winning tire strategy in the race. We do not want to start on softs and go on to mediums like everyone else will, because that is just going to make work harder for us. We want to go long on the mediums in the beginning and then switch on to softs at the end to be much faster than everyone else and make up any ground that we lost, because we don't want to risk being behind our teammate, like I've said. But down through Puan, we get just on that curb, we hit it perfectly. That is the best that we have hit Puan this entire time, actually. Late apex here to open up this corner. This is basically now just trying to drive as smoothly as I can, because I want to go as fast as I can without actually wearing out my tires, because these tires will have to start on the race. We do not have many medium sets, so these tires will start us during the race, and we don't want to have too much tire wear as to where we are not competitive. But into the bus stop chicane, we actually go deep. It does not open up our exit very much, and that might hurt our laps. So it does. We are only P8 currently, so I fueled up the car just a little bit more. Massive lockup heading into the first corner though, and sadly that put us behind for the rest of the lap, so our second lap did not bring us up any further than 7th. We gained a little bit near the end, and that is what allowed us to get 7th. But it is Leclerc at the top of the field. He is looking extremely strong at a 141.5, that looks like. But it is Valtteri Bottas in the Mercedes right behind him, Sergio Perez in the Renault, Hamilton, Ocon, Ricciardo, myself, Sainz, Verstappen, and Stroll. That is your top 10 going into qualifying 3. Now, we do not want to let Leclerc get first in qualifying 3, otherwise it is going to be hard to catch him with that clean air. But Vettel, Norris, Gasly, Giovinazzi, Albon, and Zhou are the people knocked out of Q2. So on to Q3 we go, because we need to have a strong finish in Q3. So here we go. And we have an electrical systems fault now. You can see I am in a disbelief right now. This is the most important session, and we have a fault at the beginning of the session, and I don't want to skip the repair time. Otherwise, it simulates the car's times, and I might not be able to actually have a competitive chance to get pole. But we skip ahead to the end of it. That was a very, very long 4 minutes waiting for this to finish up. But I'm just thinking right now, like, dude, this better not have just screwed me, because now we're getting close to when the actual time for the session is starting to run out. So we're at a limited time right now to get our lap in. You can see I am immediately out of the garage, had the car set up and everything ready to go for when this happened, and we're heading right out of the garage. We're gonna try and get to it, because we need to get this first place. We need to get this pole. You can see everyone right now, I'm in P9, so everyone has set their lap. Now the question is can we set faster than our teammate? It's going to be difficult, but I think that we might be able to do it. So onto our flyer. You can see got a decent run, so we might actually have a decent first sector. But we go through the first corner. You can see that 5-minute warning just popped up, so now it's really crunch time. We go through a Rouge, up through Radion, down the long back straight here at Spa. DRS wide open. I actually double click it, turn it off for just a split second. That might slow us up just a little bit heading into yeah, it does. I think we are half a second slower. Might have actually been half a second faster, but we get a little sketchy coming out of that corner into this off-camber corner. See, really taking it slow into it, trying to not lock up those brakes as the front end wants to push out from underneath you. But down through Puan, we just want to touch that curb on the outside and get back to the inside, set us up perfectly. That corner is perfect. Is the chicane perfect? Late apex opens up this corner. Smooth. that is looking good. What is this lap going to be? Because it might actually be faster than everyone on the grid right now. So with that being said, we cannot mess up the bus stop chicane, which is the final chicane before the finish line. You see we just touched the grass. That actually kind of spooked me because I didn't want to touch that grass on the inside of that corner. But down through the gears into the bus stop chicane, we just clipped that inside curb. And then open this up, try and get as little tire spin as possible. What is it going to be across the line? It is P1.
That's the fastest lap so far.
And where is Leclerc? Leclerc is not in the top 5. This is uncharacteristic for our teammate. He is normally right here in P2. He is down in 8th right now. You can see the confusion on my face. He is down in 8th. We are on pole. If it stays like this, we can run away and possibly just run away with this race. You can see right now, I'm like, what is going on here? He must have had a issue or something. You can see I'm trying to find out if he has damage or something on his car, but he doesn't. So something did happen, whether it be contact with someone or he's running too high of a downforce or something, but it looked like there was a little bit of smoke coming out of his car coming into the bus stop chicane. He actually drops down to 9th. We actually end up dropping down to 2nd as Hamilton goes faster than us by a couple hundredths of a second. But this is big for our championship right now, because as is, we gain so many points right off the start with him being down there if he stays down there. But our car is extremely strong here in Spa, so we need to get by Hamilton as quickly as possible and hope for everyone behind us, Bottas, Perez, everyone behind us, to hold him up. As you can see, coming into the race, actually, I began having issues with my computer. My recording software was messing up, and my face cam just continuously shut off on me. So I ended up turning that off, got a night's sleep, and then went right back to it in the morning. But this is the final countdown to lights out here in Spa. So with that being said, we need to just get by Hamilton and take off. We cannot fool around with Hamilton too much because we know Leclerc is good with overtaking. So if he's good with overtaking, this track has many places to overtake, and that is not what we need. We need everyone to hold him up a lot throughout this race if we want anything to do with a win here in Spa, because he is on the winning strategy with me with the medium tires. But you can see he moved up a couple of places because Bottas and Ricardo both have 10 place penalties. So with that being said, he moves up closer to us, but can we just run away with it? We are about to find out as we are getting ready to go lights out. We are now on the grid doing our race strategy. We want to make sure, and there is rain middle of this race, and it starts to dry up near the end, but is it going to dry up fast enough to where those intermediate tires end up becoming too bad for the track? That is where we need to find out. So we are going to bring down our fuel load just a little bit. We want to be as light as possible near the end of the race. We don't want to have too much onboard fuel with us. But we're going to do a quick overlook of our setup. Just make sure that everything that is set is where it needs to be. So with that being said, hopefully everything falls into place for us as it already has. We needed him to have a bad third qualifying session in order to at all give us a shot. And this is our shot. We are getting ready for lights out. 1 light, 2 light, 3 light, 4. There's 5 lights. Revs are up. And it is go time here in Spa for round 9. You can see we get a really good jump on Hamilton, but I'm going to try and get up his inside. he actually blocks it off really nicely and does not let me get that switch under. But I'm still at this point less worried about Hamilton. I'm more worried about Leclerc. Where is he? You see, he hasn't moved up any, as we have a massive oversteer going through Rouge up into Radion. That gives us a warning for extending track limits because of trying to catch the car before we bend it into a wall. So bad start for us, but still a worse start for our teammate, who is still down right around 7th right now. You might have actually lost a position, but there is a massive lockup. That is exactly what I was talking about in qualifying that we did not want to do. We did not want to lock up those tires in that corner, and Hamilton is trying to run away with us right now, so we're going to try and put our head down, get back up to him, and pass him for the lead. He has been fairly quick all throughout this this weekend, so it should be fairly interesting to see if we can catch him and pass him. But you can see I'm making a couple of mistakes here in this early part of the race, and this is not what we need. We are gapping Perez in that Renault behind us, as well as the rest of the pack, but can't really worry about them as we have Hamilton trying to run away from us. But we get better braking down through the bus stop chicane. Decent exit, not the best exit. We get into overtake for just a second, trying to just keep him right where he is. Another lockup as we go in. We're just pushing a little too hard, so we do have to realize we're pushing this a little too hard. We need to back it off. Smooth is fast here. It is not all about just straight up bulldogging it. You have to have a little bit of patience with this track. But on to lap 3, this is where DRS is now available, as we put down the fastest lap of this race so far. So we are faster, as we are right on top of Hamilton at this point. We're gonna try and get him down this back straight, and if we can get a good run through Rouge, we might be able to just get him at the DRS line. So you can see we are gaining. We're gaining. And just like that, we are passed. And where is Leclerc? He should be behind the McLaren, I want to say. And he is. He's behind the McLaren of Carlos Sainz currently. You can see the cars in front of them. This is the fight currently for 6th, I want to say, as we lock up massively. You can see down the bottom right hand in the mirror, Lewis Hamilton is still right there. He is just waiting for us to make another mistake like that one in order to get by us. But we braked a little bit too much there for Pouon. But we skip ahead a little bit. We actually get away from Hamilton. Don't know whether he's trying to save his motor or what he's doing, but we are not. We are full push. We are trying to gain as much of a gap as possible. Coming into the bus stop chicane on lap 4, and here is the battle. He has been chasing down the McLaren of Carlos Sainz for almost 2 laps now. Is he going to have a look around the outside into the bus stop chicane? He's going to have a look right around the outside. Can he keep his foot on the throttle going through the final corner? No, Carlos Sainz actually puts his McLaren right around the outside, but this little game that they're playing right now is letting that racing point of Lance Stroll, the Canadian, back there in the pink racing point, it is letting him close in, as well as Lando Norris in the other McLaren. So up through Rouge, through Radion as they go. Can he get him on this DRS straight? You can see Carlos is a little more defensive than usual. DRS wide open. He pulls out, trying to go around the outside again. Can he get him in this chicane? They're close. They're close. But there's contact, actually. They touch. They touch. They're still side by side going through the corners. This is just letting that racing point get into this battle. He is going around the outside of this off-cambered corner. Can he get him into this side? He has the inside. Can he get him? He does. He gets him on the inside, and there is the racing point now on the back of Carlos Sainz, trying to get him around the inside of Pouon. Does he get him? The racing point of Lance Stroll is now through on the McLaren, and now Lando Norris is all over Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz has gone further back in the pack than he wanted to. So, what is this going to do for the championship currently? We are still far ahead in this race, which means we actually get the championship lead as of right now. If it was to finish right now, we will have the championship lead. But he is looking strong right now. You can see he's trying to get away from these guys as Lando Norris now comes around the outside of Carlos Sainz. Is Carlos going to do the same thing he did with our teammate? Keep his foot in around the outside? Yes, he does. He gets a great exit out of that corner. Just edges out his teammate down the start-finish straight into the first corner. So, what this is basically allowing is Leclerc to try and chase down that Red Bull that is right in front of him of Max Verstappen.
Power from the engine is going to be down slightly and showing some minor wear.
And we are now getting a audio message from our engineer Jeff that we are down on power. But we fast forward a little bit. It is extremely dark now. That rain might be coming in a little bit earlier than it was said, but like I just said, Charles is trying to chase down Verstappen, and the two Renaults right in front of him are having a look around that chicane. So we're going to get onto that. This is between Ocon and Perez. So they are going to have a little teammate scrap, and that's actually allowing Verstappen and my teammate Charles Leclerc to close in on these guys. That is not what they want. So this is effectively the fight for fourth. If Charles gets by these guys quickly, he is in fourth position. And then after that is Vettel, Hamilton, and then me. Can he get up to us in first? We have a plentiful gap back to him in what would be 7th, I think? 6th? But you can see we're going to come back to this little battle because these guys are actually... Perez is trying to stretch it out a little bit from Ocon, and then look at the slipstream that Charles is getting off of that Red Bull right now. That Red Bull is just giving him a tow into this final chicane. He is going to go around the outside again. Charles is loving this outside move, as I want to say that was Ocon pits. But they are side by side going down the start-finish straight, and our car is just so strong on the power. So it looks like that is now the official 5th place for Leclerc. He is now closing that points gap quickly, really limiting the damage that he is that he has given himself after qualifying. But now we fast forward to the end of lap 10, and you can see on the halo and other bits of the car there is water. Now, the rain has come in way earlier than we thought. The rain was supposed to come in right around lap 13, I want to say, but it has come in 2 laps earlier. So, with that being said, we might try and stretch these tires, even though it's getting wetter by the second. You can hear Jeff just telling us right now that tire condition is good, so we still have traction on these slick tires. But you can see right here in Sector 2, the rain is really coming down as a little oversteer moment for Sergio Perez. Lets his teammate Esteban Ocon get really close to him heading into a Rouge down that hill, up the hill, back up towards Radion now. I want to say DRS is still available. So, with that being said, yes, it is. Look at that rear wing wide open for Esteban, right around the inside of his teammate. So, that is Esteban Ocon up to 4th, I want to say. There is the 18 of
Fuel target is +1.
Lance Stroll. I drew a blank really quickly, and then Valtteri Bottas is right behind him. So with all this going on, Leclerc has gotten by Sebastian Vettel, as Vettel had pitted for medium tires. So now, effectively, it is a fight between me and Leclerc if he can get around Hamilton. But we're going to come into the pits because coming around that final corner in the chicane, I had zero grip on my front end at the end of lap 11. And we decided to pit. It might actually be a little early for this decision to be made because there was still grip to be found with the medium compound slicks. There was still grip, so it might be too dry for the intermediates to have enough grip. But we are going to figure that out as we head into a Rouge up that hill, trying to see what the grip level is, and it felt all right going through there. Not anywhere that we want it to be, but you can tell looking at the top left, the intermediates are definitely the faster tire at this point. You can see there's still a lot of understeer, so not quite as much grip as the intermediates can give is what they are giving right now. So we do need to be aware of this, and we need to be careful as to not over push these tires currently. So we're going to try and catch up to our teammate to pass him before he gets into the pits. Don't know if we're going to be able to, though, because we are halfway around this lap and massive understeer coming into Pouan. There is no traction there, so that tells me that Sector 2 might be a little too dry for these tires still. And that is not what we want, as there is localized weather in this game now. So certain parts of the track will be drier than others. And I'm now just waiting to see where is the track at its wettest. I want to say its wettest is right at the pit lane. So Sector 3, you can see Hamilton going extremely slow. There's no grip for them on the medium compound tire. He's going into the pits. And so is Leclerc, as you can see us coming into that picture with a lot more grip than what they have. But down the start-finish straight we go into the first corners. That red indicator telling everyone that there is too much spray for everything, basically. So DRS should be getting turned off here soon, but perfect stop for our teammate. No issues at the Trangies Designs garage. Out he comes, and effectively now we are back to where we were. Actually even better, because we seriously undercut Hamilton and Leclerc. We are now 12 seconds up. And as I say that, we start losing a little bit of time as we have a massive oversteer moment coming over that crest in that corner. So still a lot less grip than what we want, and the racing line has not been put in yet on these tires. But we fast forward to the end of the race, as nothing really happened in between then and now. But we have done exactly what we wanted, which was come out swinging and dominate right from the get-go. And that is exactly what we have done as we come around to lap the Williams of Jack Aitken. You can see it is a lot drier now than it was just a couple laps ago. And this is the final lap. We have made it. This is around 40 minutes of racing. Mistakenly, I left it on 50% race distance. So this was about 40 minutes, maybe more, of racing. I was mentally exhausted at the end of it, but you can see we are still pushing. We are still focused. We are just trying to not make the mistake that we have made in a couple other races, where we make a mistake right at the last lap and it allows the other two people to come right back into the race. But everything this weekend at Spa has fallen into place. We have gotten fastest qualifier in Q3, putting us on pole. We had a master class of a race, going from dry to the wets. We had a masterful plan as well regarding tire strategy. Everything has come to play today here in Spa for round 9, and we are the winner. And with that, we take back some of the points that we bled back in Silverstone at the British Grand Prix. With that being said, now, what is the points difference? Because we have made up around 8 or 9 points because we have fastest lap. So with that being said, what is the points gap? What is the points gap to Leclerc that is just ahead of us? Because as it stands right now, we should be closer to him. We should be right around 18 points to our teammate. But here it is. It is me in first, Lewis Hamilton in second, and Charles Leclerc coming in third. Hamilton has been coming on really strong lately after a really bad start to the season. He DNF'd, I think, a couple of rounds, actually, and it led to him being way out of the points. And he's been coming on really strong lately. But you can see it is us, 1 and 3, myself and Charles Leclerc. There's Lewis Hamilton in the Mercedes, splitting the other 2 Mercedes cars of Trangizi Designs. Then we have Sebastian Vettel in that Ferrari. Those Ferraris are looking pretty strong. Sadly, Ricciardo down in 13th, but he did not have a good starting position. Esteban Ocon in 5th for Renault. Valtteri Bottas in 6th. Perez in 7th for Renault as well. So Renault gets really good points. And then there's Verstappen in the Red Bull. Lance Stroll, like we watched in that Racing Point during that battle. Carlos Sainz stayed right behind Stroll that whole time. Gasly, Giovinazzi, Lando Norris, Ricciardo, Lando Norris, Kvyat, Zhao, Russell, and all those guys down the back of the pack. As we go into the standings, we are 17 points behind our teammate now, and we're heading to Monza next for round 10, which should be a very strong circuit for our car. And then Bottas, Hamilton, like I said, is coming on strong very quickly, gaining a lot of points. Still way too far out to be a title contender, but he is definitely giving us at Trangizi Designs a run for our money in that Mercedes of his. But constructors, we are just gapping Mercedes right now, being 1 and 2. Most of the time right now we were 1 and 3, but still really good points for the team and really good points for us. That is what we needed. But that is the masterclass of a race at Spa for us. And that is exactly what we needed. We did not need another bad race. We needed a really good showing at the Belgian Grand Prix. And that is exactly what we did. We wanted it, and we got it. So, with that being said, thank you very much for watching this, guys. Please do subscribe. It takes 1 second. You can see my subscriber goal down in the bottom. I've had a couple new people subscribe afterwards. This video has gotten delayed a lot, so I actually have not been editing this like I should, and this has been horribly delayed regarding putting this out. So have had, I think, 2 more subscribers, but still, help me hit that goal of 200, guys, and then we will go from there. It tells me that you guys like the content that I make, and it tells me that you guys want to see more. But you can see our motor was not feeling very good after that race, and we are heading to Monza, which is another extremely hard on the motor track because there is a lot of revving and downshifting and stuff. So hopefully our motor holds up. I want to say that we ended up putting another ICE into the car right before the race, which is a little bit of a spoiler, but round 10 is being edited as we speak right now, and hopefully you guys will enjoy that one as well, because these are starting to get much more intense. The AIs are starting to realize it's crunch time in the championship now. So if they want good finishes and stuff, they gotta get it like now, and that is where this really good racing has become a thing. This race, however, was all ours. From the very beginning, after getting around Hamilton, we just put our head down and booked it. We did not look back. We did not let anything get in our way, and it showed, as we ended up finishing with, I think that was a 18-second lead. Masterclass, if you ask me. But with that being said, thank you for watching, guys. We will see you guys at round 10 at my home Grand Prix in Italy. And that is that. There's social medias right there in the middle of the screen below the video. And right off to the right is my code at Swift for 15% off at checkout regarding anything that you want from them. So go and check them out. And we will talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.